Hey there, guys. The video I put out a little while back, teaching shooting is not an easy gig. It's not an easy gig. And I guess any gig you do, if you want to be like kind of good at it and excel at it and be a standout, it's not going to be easy either. But teaching shooting is my thing. I like doing it. Let's go through some of the comments. And let's talk about it. Here's a comment. I agree. I've been doing the instructor thing for about a year and a bit now, and it takes a lot of work to find students, find a range that will accommodate practical shooting, not be fuds about it. It's like a lot of industries. You can find a potentially cushy job being a lead instructor at some boutique range and teach beginners who don't practice the same stuff over and over again. But if you want to teach at a higher level and push students for practical shooting performance, the market thins dramatically and finding committed students is very difficult. Yes, it is. Now, the reason that I like my job is that people come to me for it. Honestly, like the students that come to me, like typically they want to be there. Maybe I'll go to an agency or a unit or whatever, and not everybody wants to be there, but they're not like paying for it out of their pocket. So they typically don't really care. What I like about what I do is that it self-selects people that are motivated and people that are interested. Does this affect my mindset and my personality about it? Yeah, it does. It really does. Like I want to be good. I want the guys coming to class. I want them to get a lot out of it. Like that's what I want. I want them to, have those aha moments in the class. I want them to apply those lessons down the road. I want them to get better at shooting. I really do. But they want them to get better at shooting too. Like everyone's kind of aligned. And when you're doing a class, like I had class today, it was great. People wanted to be there. We're kind of working at it, pretty hard. It was a hot day outside, but whatever. Like people wanted it. Like, and guys that are interested came to, to the shooting class. And I like that I self-select those types of people. Also, being on social media the way I am, where I just kind of let it rip personality wise, people meet me in person and like, oh, you're like the same dude as on the internet. It's like, yeah, I am. It's the same person. So that's good. I mean, even if they hate me on social media, they just don't come to class. I probably am not going to like them either. So really, I mean, I've got a very good way to do this. All right. Next question. Do you have to be a GM to teach USPSA? What are some prerequisites to teach? Now, in my opinion, you probably should be a GM if you're teaching USPSA only in that. And I mean, high level USPSA shooting. I'm not talking about these are the rules and this is how you get through without getting DQ'd, like an intro thing. Don't need to be a GM for that, but you probably should be a GM for teaching the higher level stuff just because, for one, if you're a student, why would you go to an instructor that's not already a GM, like at least? Because there's so many of them out there, like you want to go to one of the high level ones. But yeah, you should have walked the road and done the things that the students want to do. All right, next comment. Teaching shooting is not easy, just like Ben mentioned. In addition to the traveling business model, there's a local business model in some parts of the country. This is true. I don't do this model. The amount of local students is much, much more, but the dedication or amount of time that they can devote to shooting is less than the students that will travel or are attracted to traveling instructors. That doesn't make one business model better or worse than another, just serving different markets. The sad thing is that being a good instructor does not pay as well as a professional day job. This is true. Competency comes as a package deal, and people that are good at one thing can also be competent in other things. That makes so much more money. That said, I feel it's a civic duty to teach well and be a positive role model for firearms and the related topics. Is that discounted business model a business model, a hobby, or a mix? Probably a mix. Not relying on any income from the gun industry to affect my lifestyle gives a certain freedom. Depending on the year and my schedule, I can teach a few thousand or a few hundred each year. With the local business model, I don't have the added expenses or overhead. I'm not saying the one business model is better than the other. Again, okay, yeah. Look, I like the lifestyle. Like I've gone to 50 different countries doing this. I travel all the time. I've been all over the country. Like I can make my way around easily. I know people all over the place. That's cool. That's a byproduct of what I'm doing. But this lifestyle is not for everybody. Like I don't have a family or anything. I'm just doing the traveling and doing the shooting all the time. So I'm pretty devoted to it. Do I make as much money as I could make doing something else? Maybe not. Maybe not. But nobody tells me what to do. And I can, I'm not worried about Karen from HR coming in and telling me, oh, you're not allowed to say that or whatever. Like, I don't give a shit about that. Does not affect my life. So anyway. All right. Let's grab one more interesting comment here. Tier 1 units paid for professional shooters to teach them way back when and may still do that. I think they do. So who should you take a class from? Guys like Ben? I have yet to take a class from Ben, but this year I will, hopefully. I've attended one class, didn't pay for it due to it being comped, and I witnessed some of the worst instructors I'd ever seen. Shot everything from the 3-yard line, actually missed the A zone from there, range theatrics, etc. Dude makes a lot of money being a horrible instructor. I prefer to pay people that can not only shoot at a level they are teaching you to, but can get you to do it as well. The old saying, those that cannot do, teach, is true in some instances. My advice is to find the instructor that doesn't fit into that category. Thanks, Ben, for the videos, free insight, and tips. Yeah, I would say most instructors that I've seen, most don't really shoot at the level that I would want them to. Yeah, and a lot of courses, not so much the local stuff, but the guys in my line of work, the traveling instructors, it is a marketing thing. So like they're not like, for me, my model's different because I go for repeat customers. So I'm not trying to charge as much as I can upfront. I want them to come to the class and have a good time and like learn from it and like it. And then if they plug into the product ecosystem that I have, that's cool. But if not, that is also cool. But I'm not looking just to make it a one-shot deal. I want it to be like a good foundation for their skills. Most guys, they are one and done type of instructors. They're going to show you everything they have to show you like in one class, and they don't have anything beyond that. So it's going to be theatrics, kind of war stories, and that's pretty much it. And then you're probably not going to come back. That's the model for most of it. Anyway, that's enough. Like enough talking about myself, talking about teaching shooting. If you have questions or comments, put them down below.